They made weight.
They made weight.
They made
That's
weight.
That's right.
You know how, if you've never cut weight, and Lee, I have never cut weight into the level that these guys do. But if you've ever cut weight, you know it is not easy to drop to 100 and what? 15 pounds? Where were they at, Lee?
Oh,
and
wait, let me get backstory on this. Okay, so for those of you who think I talk a lot of shit, I do talk a lot of shit. I walk around probably 215, 210, right? So what was my cage fight? 185 is what I agreed to. Let me tell you, I just about did a backflip the day I cracked 185. And there's no secret to it. I sat in a sauna for a week and I didn't drink any water, just enough to stay alive until I got on the scale and rehydrated. It's a bitch.
And still, and now add 10 times worse to that when you're talking about a professional.
Oh no, these guys guys are already at 4% or 5% body fat.
Yeah.
That's what they do is crazy. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, look, as much shit as I give Chavez Jr., he dropped crazy ass weight for that fight. Like, he's a nutbag. Like, and he still went 12 rounds. You know, for all the crap that I gave Chavez Jr., the respect I would give him is he dropped weight to get paid. That's a hard job. All right? I don't know if it's worth $1 million because that's what he got paid for that shitty fight. But those guys last night are dropping 10 to 12 pounds when they're already at a 5% body fat. I don't even know how you do that unless you draw blood.
To me, that's dead air. That's talking about something that's irrelevant because you don't have anything else for the round. I'm dead serious about it.
Look at these guys. They're so big.
Lee, and let me tell you, if everyone, we need the same day weigh-ins. We need the same day weigh-ins. Do you know how weak some of these guys would be?
Oh, it's awful. That's what we do for jiu-jitsu. It's same-day weigh-ins. And I'm telling you, we look like goddamn zombies. Okay? Same-day weigh-ins are ridiculous. I don't know why they do them, which means you got to train and be at your weight. It's insane. It should always be a 24-hour weigh-in. I don't care what it is. Adult or otherwise. I don't care what the sport is. If it requires weight, I think it should be a 24-hour weigh-in. That's my opinion.
Rigan Visa, how do you say his name? Rigan Visa? Was 129 last night. Lee, he almost lost the fight. So who cares about the weight advantage?
Right. All right, well, let's talk about boxing. That's just my general overview. I was a little disappointed that they couldn't pull down Tampico to sponsor the event, but hey, whatever. We will start on Thursday night. Apparently, Andrew watched ESPN Thursday night fights, so we will.
Man, come on, Lee.
You watched it?
You don't like JoJo?
No, it's not that I. When's the last time outside of a Bob Arum fight card that we've had something decent on? I'm going to take a wild guess without even looking at this. PBC fight card? No, it's Fantasy Springs. It's Oscar. It's Golden Boy. Yeah. WBC and I knew it the minute I saw Fantasy Springs. I went, I could have went to this. I wasn't even doing anything on Thursday.
You actually should have, because JoJo is someone we probably need on for the start of 2018. I think this guy, he's going to be the future, Lee. Go ahead.
WBC and WBO #1 featherweight Joseph Jojo Diaz, 26-0, 14 KOs. Probably Oscar's next big thing. Scores an impressive third-round knockout over former world champion Victor Terrazas on Thursday night at Fantasy Springs out in Indio. For those of you who don't know, that's a clever way of saying Palm Springs. There's just a lot of Indian land, and they get away with that shit. Diaz dropped Terrazas twice in round 1. Finished him with a body shot in round 3. Time was 3 minutes. Next up for Diaz could be champion Gary Russell. What did you think?
It actually isn't. It could be. They're going to have him strip the title if Gary Russell doesn't approve to this fight.
That's a total PBC thing. Gary Russell's PBC, right?
Yeah, he should he might vacate the title then, Lee, because they're coming for it. I think Joseph Diaz is now ready to do the step up. Lee, listen, this is what I said about this kid for about 3 fights now. The knock. I love Joseph Diaz, right? I love his heart. I love his offense, the way he's a pressure fighter. He's got boxing skills, but he's in there to mix it up. He's got everything. What I've never seen Joseph Diaz do in the ring is grow. And that's what I said. What he has is good, Lee. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking who he is right now. But every fight started looking the same. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's going in wars with fighters that are not the elite level. So instead of wasting the talent and all the the mileage he has in his career, let's start getting him up in the opponents. And I thought this was a great start. Now, with that being said, the only knock I have on the opponent, he's been stopped 5 times out of 5 losses, and that's not a good thing because that clearly shows that this guy can't go the distance with true elite fighters. And Joseph Diaz got him out of there in 3 rounds. This is actually the best.
That's
performance.
what you're supposed to do.
It is what you're supposed to do.
That's going to be when we get to the
Lee,
HBO fights. That's literally going to be my knock on a couple of these fighters. Right?
Okay, and I understand that, but I got to bring that up because I can't make this a total. Joseph Diaz is on his way to the pound for pound ranking list. He did fight a guy that's was stopped 4 times before Joseph Diaz stopped him last night or Thursday night, excuse me. But with that being said, Victor Terrazas is still a 2-time, 2-division WBC champ. He's been in the likes. He beat Mijares and he beat Montiel. Fernando Montiel, I believe, was the other name. He beat them 2 for titles. Lost to Leo Santa Cruz, though. Was stopped by Santa Cruz and stopped a few other times. Once in his pro debut, I believe I also seen on there he was stopped. So, Gary Russell Jr.
He's
it's
typical
time.
PBC.
He's time.
Typical PBC. He's taking his paycheck. He doesn't care anymore.
Let me tell you guys. So I put on here, Diaz calls out Gary Russell, right? Gary Russell has a lot of flaws. Inactivity will be his downfall, right? Lee puts that out there. Then he puts, Joseph Diaz warns Gary Russell, you're next. I want that belt. Lee, what do I not have on here? Gary Russell response. Where's the Gary Russell's response, people? Where's the PBC statement? This happened on Thursday. Joseph Diaz called him out Thursday night. We are now Sunday morning. Why don't I have a Gary Russell response?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Someone's going to vacate the title.
No, I'm sure that they will. Ain't that the truth?
It's a hot division. Lee, check this out. Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, Gary Russell Jr., Abner Mares, Lee Salisbury, Scott Quigg, Oscar Valdez, Nonito Donaire, and now Joseph Diaz. The featherweight division is one of the hottest divisions right now in boxing. If these guys could just start mixing it up. Joseph Diaz just threw his name in the list now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Have you watched Counterpunch on Netflix?
No.
Which is a documentary about boxing?
Nope.
Okay. So the reason I bring that up for any of you listening, it follows one PBC fighter who basically gets paid, never defends his belt again. And it's the Gary Russell story, basically. One of the other fighters on it is Big Baby Miller, who you guys saw stand up last night and wave.
Yeah.
Who came up the quote-unquote right way. Okay. The movie is about 1.5 or 2 years old from shooting, right? So you're looking at a PBC fighter who's already made $1 million, who's literally never fought anybody, and I forget who it was. I'm clicking on the full cast to see if I can find the actual boxer that it was. But and Big Baby Miller. And it's interesting how
Big Baby Miller, he made the news this week.
What, he finally got latched on by HBO. And did you notice the other thing that I'm already into the HBO fights again, but
but I'm waiting for you to find the name. Are you looking for the name or not?
I'm already over it. All right. I was about to move on to the next thing I saw HBO do that pissed me off. Let's move on to the super middleweight finals. Groves versus Smith special. So here we go. For those of you who have been following the super duper people only in Europe care tournament.
Yeah, basically.
So Callum Smith beats Nicky Holskin, And he's going to take on George Groves in the final. Did I get that right?
Yep.
And that's basically
that's it. That's it.
That's the big update for those of you following that or watching it on YouTube. I don't even know how you see the event.
I didn't watch this one, and I'm going to tell you why.
What was it being televised on?
Oh, you stream it. You stream anything nowadays, but I don't think it was on TV.
It isn't.
Yeah, so Holtzkin was a replacement from that week. The guy,
Shocker.
Yeah, the other opponent, Briggingham or whatever his name was, dropped out injury. They get this guy out of nowhere. I tune out. I'll be there for the final, but didn't have any faith that this guy was going to beat Callum Smith. One thing about the final, it's being reported that George Groves has already defeated Callum Smith's brother earlier, 2011, knocked him out. So now he's fighting the brother in the same family. That's going to be pretty cool. It's a good little twist to this.
I'm sure the white European fans will dig it. We're not getting that. We're nowhere involved in it. Pathetic.
That's all.
I got to be honest. The super middleweight, the WBSS. It's World Boxing Super Show. What?
Super Series, I think it's
whatever.
called.
I mean, they tried. Nobody in America gave a shit. That's the bottom line. I never saw a trend on social media.
No, it was only Eubank Jr. versus Groves that really caught fire on the social media. Then when that fight was over, the Super 6 tournament was
basically over in America. So that turns us to the HBO fights for Saturday night. Hopefully you guys all watched it. If not, HBO will show it 400 times this week.
It's probably playing right now. Oh,
I guarantee it's playing right now. It'll also be on demand. We all have HBO on demand. Wow. All right. So the first thing I noticed about the HBO evening was them producing and showing me their upcoming fight cards for the next 3 weeks. Did you notice the one thing about their upcoming fight cards that just blares at you?
No, what's that?
Every fight is black and white. Every fight is black and white.
Okay.
So if they're in support of the white fighter, it's a low-level black fighter. If it's a black fighter with a name that they're trying to push up, they're literally fighting a no-name white fighter. I guess they couldn't find anybody for Crusher Kovalev, to which Andre Ward basically said, yeah, I heard talk on social media that he wanted a third fight. I'm happy to do that. But nobody's talking money. That was a nice drop-in by Andre Ward.
Yeah, the fight's not worth anything, though.
It's not.
That's the problem.
He'll just kick his ass again.
Yeah. And no one will watch.
No one will watch.
That's the biggest problem.
And what I think is so funny after that first fight, all the Kovalev fans. Oh, Andre Ward didn't win that fight. Okay. Hey, look, I was there too. I had money on the fight. But the scoreboard's a scoreboard. Andre Ward's the GOAT. I think that's something Floyd Mayweather needs to really think about. Andre Ward is a superior athlete. He might be the most superior boxing athlete we've ever had. But I digress. His insight into boxing is vastly superior to anybody else's they've had on HBO to date. I can't even say enough good things about him because he's breaking down the fights. Why do they have Max Kellerman, dude? Why?
And not only that, Lee,
it's
about
frustrating to listen to.
It's about all the styles that Andre Ward defeated. If you look at his list, fighters from all around the world that were supposed to be elite, all the way back to the Super 6 tournament, those European fighters are all over Europe, and they're supposed to be the best. He defeats them all. Comes over here, beats Chad Dawson, supposed to be the best light heavyweight in the world. Knocks him out.
Bad rad Chad Dawson. Oof.
Kovalev comes from Russia, supposed to be the baddest dude, knocks him out. Like, bro, Andre, well, I'm telling you, hey, you know me, Lee. I've been pressing it for years. He's the reason why.
He won me over, and I don't want to be a terrible homer, but here's the problem with Andre Ward. Now Max Kellerman and Jim Lampley have to parrot whatever he said. Like when they had George Foreman.
I know.
When they have George Foreman as a co-host, they just kind of laugh off whatever George says because Max and and Jim seem to know more than, a former heavyweight champion.